the Tristan Law Show. If it's your first time here, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. I'm Tristan Law, semi-retired pro wrestler, and today, I'm your host. Golly, after last night, man, there's so much that we're gonna have to talk about today. And not so much, we're gonna try to do it in 30 minutes or your money back guarantee. Don't worry, since you paid for this, there's no money for me to give you. But the WWE Royal Rumble is one of the biggest nights in the WWE, and it's the first major stop on the road to WrestleMania. But after last night's Royal Rumble, the surprises, the eliminations, and those final moments, was it all worth it? Did WWE deliver a night to remember, or did this year's Royal Rumble leave us going like, we didn't really get enough. We just might want a little bit more. From shocking returns to controversial eliminations, we're breaking everything down. That went down inside of Lucas Oil Stadium. Who stole the show? We're going to talk about that. Who flopped? We're talking about that too. And most importantly, what does WrestleMania kind of look like? Well, before we even talk about what WrestleMania kind of looks like, let's talk about what Lucas Oil Stadium looked like. Every seat was filled. Regardless of them, papering the place by, giving away comp tickets, which I don't think they gave away that many comp tickets to fill a whole entire arena. Let's not get silly now. But, from the fact that every single seat was filled, from the fact that it was a football stadium and it was the first time that WWE has ever done the Royal Rumble from an active NFL football stadium, it shows a lot. It shows that WWE is really popular right now, and anybody that's a shareholder for the WWE, you're making yourself some pretty good money right now. I think it's a good time to be a WWE fan, and just like I always say, anytime the WWE is doing good, it means that everybody else will be doing good at the same exact time as well too. But kind of looking at some of the winners real quick, we're going to go through the winners. It's no surprise that Charlotte Flair, she won the Women's Royal Rumble. There's no surprise that main event Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble. I mean, rightfully so. It was the main event. And if you're looking at the Undisputed Ladder match with Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes for the WWE Undisputed Championship, it was Cody Rhodes as the winner. And they also had a 2 out of 3 Falls Tag Team match with DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns. And the Motor City Machine Guns, they retained by disqualification. So now that we got that out of the way, right? Because I'm not going to be the person that's going to sit here and tell you who won or who lost, right? And go into the wins or the losses or go into the match, because you've seen it already. I'm going to give you my thoughts, and I want your thoughts as well too, whether you're watching this live or on demand. Feel free to drop your comments in the comment section or the chat, and I will respond back when I get the chance. So when I saw the Women's Royal Rumble start the event, the first thing I said to myself is that if they're putting the Women's Royal Rumble match on first, whatever match, whether it be the 2 out of 3 Falls match, the ladder match with Cody and Kevin, or the Men's Royal Rumble match, that moment at the end is going to be the biggest moment of the night. And that women's match was such an appetizer. It took away some of the anticipation of waiting for the Royal Rumble, because we're building up the hype. We've gotten so much foreplay when it comes to the Royal Rumble that we just wanted it to happen. If we had gotten a match, we'd be like, oh, okay, we gotten a regular match to start off the night, but we got the Royal Rumble to start. And I think that's one of the cool things about the WWE having 2 Royal Rumbles in one night, one for the women and one for the men, because it just gives us a little something. It's just a little something to take the edge off of the hunger so that we're not so greedy at the end. But Liv Morgan coming in at number 2 in the Royal Rumble. She was the number 2 entrant in the Royal Rumble. She's been the runner-up for 2 years in a row. And I said to myself, could this be her year? But Liv Morgan had a hell of a year. She had a hell of a 2024, if you ask me. But if this is the start to her 2025, I don't know what Liv Morgan is doing this year. But when I saw Liv Morgan came out, I was like, all right, you know what? Now we're cooking with something. We're cooking with gasoline here. Looking at Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez is from NXT. She's one of the breakout stars in NXT. And I was looking at her height, and I was like, man, how are they going to eliminate her? She definitely had the advantage, right, to retain and to win in the Royal Rumble, because how you going to throw her over the top rope? She's so darn short, right? That's one of the things that I thought about. And in NXT, she's a big star. But the question you ask yourself is, when she goes to the main roster, Raw and SmackDown, will her height really make a difference? Will she not be a big star? That's something that you're going to have to take a look at as well, too. And speaking of taking a look at the lower third, right, the graphics on the bottom, I'm going to give you guys a little broadcasting history broadcasting lesson right now. You see the stuff right here on the bottom? That's called your lower third, okay? It's usually the lower third of your screen. So the lower third that WWE utilized for the Royal Rumble, it made the Royal Rumble feel much more like a sporting event. It told us who was in, what number was next. It gave us a random fact about the match and also gave us a random fact about the participant. I think that was so awesome. It told you where the people came from. It told you, told you which numbers have never won the Royal Rumble. So it added a little bit of extra oomph to the match. And it's like, damn, WWE, it took y'all almost 38, 40 years for y'all to do that, right? I felt that it was something that was constant. It wasn't something that it would take off and add back on throughout the night. It felt almost like watching the NFL draft or the NBA draft or something like that. I think it was really cool because it made the Royal Rumble just a little bit more exciting to watch. Instead of you sitting there trying to think about different facts, or while you're watching, you're on social media trying to get facts. They gave you the facts. They gave you everything that you need to know. And I thought that was so exact cool. I mean, so freaking cool. So exact cool. That doesn't make sense. Let's talk about reactions, right? Things that was cool. Zoe Stark. When Zoe Stark came out, man, the crowd was deader than dead. I think the crowd was just sitting on their hands. So it's like, if you've never seen the Royal Rumble before, or if you've seen the Royal Rumble before, tell me if you agree with me. You're watching the Royal Rumble and you get that countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then all of a sudden the music hits and you go, no, all right, we don't care about that person. That's what they did for Zoe Stark. Nobody didn't care about her because I feel like the group that she's in, the Pure Fusion Collective, that nobody's really connecting with her or even connecting with the group itself. But speaking of somebody that I think has a lot of upside, Lash Legend. And I spoke about Lash Legend on the last episode. Make sure you like, share, or subscribe if you like what I'm doing, because I think it's a compliment if you like, share, or subscribe me. Like, share, or subscribe me because it makes me feel like you like me. If you like me, go ahead and hit the like, share, subscribe. But Lash Legend, I like her. I feel like she has such an upside. And when you see her come out, you just see star. Here's the thing that I look at. When you're looking at a wrestler come out and that music hits, you should get some kind of emotion. When you see Lash Legend, she's tall and she's thick, right? And she's fit and she looks like, you know what? Anybody who gets in her way better get out her way. I think that she's a future women's champion for Raw or SmackDown, that she's going to transcend NXT, and Lash Legend is somebody you need to keep your eye on in 2025. She is somebody that's going to move up to the main roster in 2025. I think she had a really good showing last night at the Royal Rumble, and I'm excited to see what happens for her. She's a former WNBA basketball player, so she definitely got them hops, right? So let's see what she can do. If you're not familiar with her body of work, go ahead and go check out her work on NXT. Speaking about those reaction that you can look at when you see somebody come out, okay, if you really want to know how popular, you want to test the temperature for somebody in the WWE, let them come out in the Royal Rumble, right? Listen, go back and watch the Royal Rumble when you're done watching this, right? Go back and watch last night's Royal Rumble. If you're in the United States, you watched it on Peacock, or if you're more fortunate and you lived anywhere else in the world, in the United States, you got to watch on Netflix. Oh, I got to watch on Netflix. All we get is Raw. That's another argument for another time. But watch it. Look at a couple of the people that came out doing the men's and women's Royal Rumble. It's like, if the fans don't react, you could be like, damn, that person's not really that popular. But some people that got some some popular reactions, like Chelsea Green. People wanted Chelsea Green to win. I'm not opposed to having Chelsea Green win. There's a lot of different people that I could be like, all right, at the end of this match, if this person wins, it would be all right. But going back to Pure Fusion Collective, their elimination of Maxine was probably the biggest reaction they got out of the night. Let me tell you something. In wrestling, there's two kind of reactions you want. You want either a boo or a cheer. You don't want anything in between. You don't want anybody sitting on their hands. And I feel that when Pure Fusion Collective came out, that's Sonya Deville, Shayna Baszler, and Zoe Starks that we were talking about before, they came out and just nobody just cared about them. They didn't get a boo. They didn't get a cheer. There's probably one person that clapped, out of kindness, But when they got thrown out, they got a huge reaction as well, too. Everybody popped for that. But, I think it's one of the things that, people didn't. It's like the New Day. Nobody really cared about the New Day for a while. They were just fodder. And now the New Day, they're like a B-level storyline. They're not the top storyline in the WWE right now, but they're definitely underneath that, and they're definitely gaining some momentum. It's going to ramp up, and it's going to be something much bigger than it is now. At number 15, halfway through the WWE Royal Rumble for the women's, it was Naomi. Fans love her, but if you ask me, I think she still got some shady vibes. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's Jade Cargill was injured on November 22nd, 2024. Make sure you look at that last video that I did. It's called 4 WWE Superstars Who Could Have Attacked Jade Cargill. I think that Naomi's a little bit shady. Everybody's cheering for Naomi right now, but maybe she has a little bit of jelly on her roll. Look, it's something for everybody to look into. We're now on the road to WrestleMania. Pro wrestling is now getting more exciting. WWE is going to pick up that excitement from now until maybe the week after WrestleMania. It's going to be so exciting for everybody and everything involved. Make sure you subscribe to the Tristan Law Show, because we're going to have so much more shows getting you ready, analyzing the WWE WrestleMania 41, and we're going to be analyzing all of wrestling as well. It's a great time. Speaking about a great time in the Royal Rumble, I remember seeing Chelsea Green yelling at Piper Niven to hurry up, right? And I think, I don't think that Piper Niven's really the speed type. She's the power type, but like if you expected her to run and show up to the ring, it's like, yeah, I don't think that was happening today. However, Chelsea Green was trying everything inside her power to make sure she had backup and that she would win the match. Let's move on to number 18. Number 18 in the WWE Women's Royal Rumble 2025 was Natalya. Here's what I said to myself when Natalya came out. Could this be her moment? Could this be her moment finally? Let me give you, obviously Natalya didn't win because Charlotte Flair made her triumphant return and then she won. But let me give you the pedigree on Natalya. Why you need to understand that she's the person that you need to pay attention to. She's been with the WWE for almost 18. She's been with the WWE for 18 years and 1 month. 18 years and 1 month. And in that 18 years and 1 month, she's been the WWE Divas Champion, right? Y'all don't even know what the Divas Champion is if you just started watching, right? She was the WWE Women's SmackDown Champion. But that was way back when Moses was still trying to figure out how to part the Red Sea. Look, Natalya hasn't seen singles gold in a long, long time, right? Yeah, she was like tag team champion or something like that. Maybe might as well. She couldn't even win the Speed Championship. And if you don't know what the Speed Championship is, exactly. However, there's always Elimination Chamber. Elimination Chamber next month takes place from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Look, you never know. I might show up there because I got family in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Well, not Toronto, but Brampton. Shout out KK, JB, and all the kids. But maybe Natalya can get her chance then in Canada, in her home country. Will it mean a lot more if she was to win in her home country and everybody would follow her into the Royal Rumble? Into WrestleMania? It's definitely something that you're going to have to take a look at. Take a look at some of the surprises from the Royal Rumble. One of the things that I mentioned was that Jordynne Grace was going to come into the Royal Rumble. She's one of the biggest surprises. She came in at number 19. I think she was the first big surprise in the Women's Royal Rumble. And actually, you know what? She was the first surprise for the whole entire night. She's a new WWE signing from TNA, and Twitter rumors about her attending her mom's birthday were obviously a swerve. Let me tell you why it's a swerve. You just signed this big contract, and anybody that's a pro wrestler, we've missed birthdays, we've missed bar mitzvahs, we've missed funerals, we've missed weddings, all for pro wrestling. I don't think that anybody in their right mind is going to miss a big. It's like, okay, it's like your job, your regular job, giving out, time and a half on a holiday, right? You might not want to work Christmas, right? But you will work Christmas because you're getting paid 16 hours for the day. You're not going to miss that. See, the whole entire day is an overtime day. You're not going to miss that. And I don't think that Jordynne Grace is going to miss that. When I saw her throw that out on Twitter, I went like this: swerve, you ain't going to catch me. But I was like, you know what? That's what brought some of the excitement into the whole entire thing too. If you watched the Royal Rumble last night and you believed that Jordynne Grace was going to not be there, go ahead and let me know in the comments. Let's talk about it for a little bit. Speaking about things that you need to talk, that we're going to talk about for a little bit, you need to look out for. Bianca Belair's interaction, right? Naomi, who is the person that filled in for Jade Cargill since Jade Cargill got attacked, and she's filling in for Jade Cargill, and she's palling around with Bianca Belair, and they're both the women's tag team champions. Now, Naomi's not the women's tag team champion. She's just filling in for Jade Cargill because Jade Cargill is hurt. But Naomi and Jordynne Grace befriended each other in TNA. So now they had a little hugging moment, and here comes hating-ass Bianca Belair like, nah, y'all can't hug. You got to hurry up, and you got to go ahead and secure we got to secure the win. Like, look, why does it matter? Think about it for a second if you watch that moment in the Women's Royal Rumble. If you didn't watch the Royal Rumble, watch it after this and compare the notes and come back and talk, right? But watch this whole episode first. At the end of the Royal Rumble, there's only one person that can win. So why is it that that Bianca Belair is so concerned whether Naomi head is in the game or not? Okay, yeah, she can help you throw out a few people, but she hugging her homegirl. Let her catch a breather so she can keep going on and y'all can keep doing y'all thing. Look, is Bianca Belair guilty? Guilty? Hell yeah, I think she's guilty. Look, we're already going to send her out in the court of public opinion. I think she is the one that attacked Jade Cargill. Let me tell you why. Bianca Belair is a hater. She does not want to show love to WWE homegrown talent. I mean, she wants to show love to WWE homegrown talent, right? Bianca Belair is a hater. She doesn't want to show love to external talent like Jordynne Grace, who made her name elsewhere and then came to the WWE. Like Jade Cargill, who made her name elsewhere and then came to the WWE. Naomi made her name in the WWE, and she's a veteran as compared to Bianca Belair. Maybe that's why Bianca keeps her around. I don't know. Speaking about things that come around, Alexa Bliss made her triumphant return last night at the Royal Rumble. It's one of the things that I predicted that was going to happen, but on the internet said, oh, well, we don't believe that Alexa Bliss is going to be there because, her and the WWE are miles apart on contracts. Let me tell you something that my mother told me when I was a kid, and I still think about it till this day. Don't believe everything you see in print. No. Because every single second a fool is being born. WWE could be throwing things out there to throw you off the scent, right? Because if you know Alexa Bliss is coming back, I don't think the return means as much. But because Alexa Bliss came back, we thought that she wasn't going to show up, and then she just shows up. Look, let me tell you something. I think it meant so much more. She came out with the jacket, with the Bray Wyatt, font on it. She came out with the Lily doll. So my thing is that she's going to be involved with the Wyatt Six if she's on SmackDown, because that's where the Wyatt Six is now. They moved from Raw to SmackDown quietly, though. Quietly, it wasn't widely promoted, but they're on SmackDown. So if Alexa Bliss is on SmackDown, I wonder, will she, incarnate the spirit of the Fiend? Will she be the Fiend in the Wyatt Six? Will she take on the spirit of Bray Wyatt? There's so much for us to get into when you look into that, but that's not the episode today. But let me tell you this, just know that when I say something, I stand on my business, and the business that I stood on was Alexa Bliss is coming back, and she came back at number 21. Let's talk about number 22 in the Royal Rumble match for the women. It was Zelina Vega. When I saw her, I was like, she needs to go the distance. She deserves a WrestleMania moment. She's been in the WWE for almost 8 years. She's been wrestling since, Jesus was out there creating miracles for people, right? And Zelina Vega, she's no slouch by any means necessary. Her only singles accolade, her only achievement being a singles wrestler in the WWE in 8 years was the 2021 Women's King of the Ring. That's nice and all, but that was before they were handing out championship opportunities with it. When they were handing it out, it's like, yeah, okay, you're the 2021 Women's King of the Ring, then what? Nothing. I think that Zelina Vega, she's in that same exact school as Natalya, who they've been around for a long time, and they deserve a fair shake. When is it going to be time for Zelina Vega to get her chance? I'll tell you this, that her time is coming, and just like John Cena said, her time is now. Her time is going to be now. And that's something that I'm looking forward to see with Zelina Vega, because she's not a bad wrestler. She's just as good as anybody else inside of that ring. So the question is, when does she get her chance to show everybody? Because I know she's just as good. I've seen her body of work in TNA on the indies. I've seen all of that. When do we get that opportunity? Something to take a look at. All right, let's look at one of the probably biggest entrants to the WWE Royal Rumble. This one was not even a secret. This was one that we all knew about. It was Charlotte Flair. She entered the Royal Rumble at 27. And let me tell you, I was texting my friend Lewis. Make sure you check out his YouTube channel if you're into Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Just type in Heel Vega, H-E-E-L-V-E-G-A. One word. Type it in on YouTube after this, and you can watch, the stuff he does with Yu-Gi-Oh cards, if that's your thing. And he was like, I knew that Charlotte was going to win because they gave her the longest entrance. No. They gave her Pyro because, she was going to win. No. I told him the reason why they gave Charlotte Flair one of the longest entrances of the night and Pyro, the fireworks, is because Charlotte Flair is a damn star. Believe it or not, Charlotte Flair, she's a star. She's the creme de la creme. She's the if there was a peak higher than Mount Rushmore, you'd find Charlotte Flair's head on there, because that's where it belongs. Charlotte Flair is a bona fide star. She is the daughter of the Nature Boy Ric Flair, and she stood in his shadow for a very short time when she started, and she broke out of his shadow, and she has her own damn shadow of her own. She is the winner of the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble, and the question is, what's next for Charlotte Flair? Charlotte Flair, you're going to get an A1 match every single time, and even looking at A1 match, you look at her, how you just feel she's a damn star? Just the way she comes out. I challenge you to go back and watch Charlotte Flair come out at the Royal Rumble and turn the volume off and just watch her walk out. You're going to say, damn, that's a star. Look at her knee brace. Her knee brace even glitters in the light, okay? Charlotte Flair is a star, whether you like it or not. They're not forcing her down our throats, even though I wouldn't mind. The thing is that Charlotte Flair, what's next for Charlotte Flair to do? Anything that she wants. One person who wasn't a surprise that I mentioned that was going to come out was Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella came out at number 30, and it's like, no Carmella, no Becky Lynch. I would have took one of them over them. But either way, if you don't like my ugly muggly face, you don't want to watch me, you could always listen to every episode of the Tristan Law Show on wherever you listen to a podcast. Every episode comes out 6 days after it's live. So if you don't want to watch me live, you can't watch me live, or you just want to listen to my voice in the car or in your AirPods while you're in the gym, you don't want to turn on the YouTube to bring in battery, just type in Tristan Law Show wherever you find a podcast. Some of the moments to take a look at the Women's Royal Rumble was Nia Jax's late destruction spree. She just started throwing everything out. One of the things that I liked about, go back and look at the time before Nia Jax threw people out. You see her lurking in the background. It just dumps everybody out. I think that was awesome. Charlotte Flair wins the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble. That was definitely a moment. But the moment with her and NXT breakout superstar Roxanne Perez in the end was epic. I would have been okay with anybody winning, and I think that everybody in attendance in Lucas Oil Stadium would have been okay with that as well too. Perez showed that she can hang last night. She had the most time in the Royal Rumble, entering at number 3 and being the 29th person eliminated. She was the last person eliminated. Listen to me. If you are sleeping on Roxanne Perez right now, wake up and keep your eye on her. She's special. And last night, the WWE wanted to tell you that. But now, Charlotte has a decision to make. Is it Tiffany Stratton, the new WWE Women's Champion, or does she pick Rhea Ripley, the WWE World Women's Champion? Are any of those the matches that we want? Does she pick somebody from NXT? I hope not. I hope she doesn't waste it like she did a few years ago. I got a quick message from Heel Vega, shouted him out in the chat, and let's see what he got. Make sure you check out his YouTube. He does really cool things about Yu-Gi-Oh cards. If it's not your thing, pass it on to somebody you know. Make sure you go ahead and give him a like over there or subscribe. He says, man, even Wade Barrett acknowledged the Pyro doing her entrance. It was obvious. Right. That's something you sent me in a text last night. Even though he acknowledged her Pyro, it's because she's a star. That is why she was the only person that got Pyro walking to the ring in the Royal Rumble that night. I think only 2 people got Pyro that night. It was Cody Rhodes in his match and Charlotte Flair. Stars. Should I say more? Moving on, WWE had to fill the time to give us a 2 out of 3 fall match with DIY versus the Motor City Machine Guns. I think it was a great match because Motor City Machine Guns finally gets introduced to the WWE fans. They didn't get that much time. You know, the name of the event is the Royal Rumble. That's what we all tuned in to see. You know, the Motor City Machine Guns, they are legends outside of the WWE, but now full-time diehard WWE fans can now see why that Motor City Machine Guns are it. DIY won the match, and some of the things that I got from that match, Street Profits, they interfered into that match and caused DIY to win the match. Street Profits show a little bit more aggression. Finally, no more cups and dancing and chains and all that other bullcrap that they're out there doing. It makes them feel just like they're serious. You know, it's like when you're in school and you were playing around and you got really serious about your business, how much better you started doing. I think now they're going to get a little bit serious about their business. They're no longer going to be like the dog and pony show. It's going to be something that you need to take a look at. I feel that this whole entire thing is going to lead to a big SmackDown Tag Team title match at WrestleMania. But the way that WWE is running these days, they're giving us pay-per-view, PLE, premium live event. They're giving us premium matches on SmackDown and Raw. Whew, what else can I say? Okay, I tell you what I can say. There was an undisputed WWE Championship ladder match between Cody Rhodes, the champion, versus Kevin Owens. Let me tell you, I watched that whole entire match. I was not interested in that whole entire match at all. I think the buildup was awesome. It was fantastic. The reason why I wasn't interested in that match, I had the same exact feeling with the Motor City Machine Gun match. I waited all year just to see who's going to come out, the surprises, all the big things in the Royal Rumble. Your match is nice and all, but let's get to the Royal Rumble, right? But I tell you this, the last 5 minutes of that, if you don't watch anything about that match, you missed that match, go back and watch the last 5 minutes. The last 5 minutes are insane with Kevin Owens going through that ladder with the pile driver. What I thought to myself was, oh man, here comes the cuss meter in 3, 2. I thought, holy shit, my heart dropped down to my chest. Because, you know, I'm a semi-retired pro wrestler, your host, Tristan Law. You know, I know what pro wrestling is. I was in the ring, and you know what pro wrestling is as well, too. But there was a time that my heart sunk down to my stomach. I go, oh, crap. Is Kevin Owens really hurt? Like, is he legit hurt? Did he fall on his neck? Is he injured? Come on. I don't want the guy to really hurt himself. You know, his storyline, I may not be emotionally invested in his character, but, you know, I still don't want the guy to kill himself. I want the guy to come back and, you know, and give us stellar matches. But here's the question that I asked myself at the end of that match. Where does Randy Orton fit in? Feels like a triple threat match at WrestleMania is still possible. If you were looking at some of my short form content on TikTok or on YouTube, or you just watched all the long form episodes I've done in the past couple of weeks, I've talked a lot about Randy Orton, right? And Randy Orton, he's got beef with Kevin Owens. And I feel that the beef with Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens is still there. Kevin Owens and Randy Orton were two people that helped Cody Rhodes finish the story in last year's WrestleMania. And now they both are getting the short end of the stick. So now Cody's going to have to answer to that. I think that my friend said to me, Heel Vega, he said to me that something to the extent of, you know, that match did nothing for Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. And I disagree. Since Cody Rhodes he chased for the championship against Roman Reigns 2 years in a row. And when he won that belt, it was so satisfying. But then, now that he's the champion for the past year, it's just like, all right, so what? We haven't really gotten anything clever, anything splendid, anything outstanding from Cody Rhodes in like the past year, until he stood face to face with Kevin Owens. Somebody that's going to come for his kufi, somebody that's going to rip his throat out and spit down his neck. Okay, he's finally got that. If Sami Zayn had won, this is a note that I put for myself. If Sami Zayn had won the Royal Rumble, look, Kevin Owens ain't going to let him go unchallenged because he lost, right? Because Kevin Owens is notoriously disloyal to his friends. And it shows that between him and Randy Orton, and him and Cody Rhodes. If you like what I'm saying right now, if you're first time watching, go ahead and smash the subscribe button. I really think it's a compliment. It makes me feel like I'm doing a good job. And let's talk about great job. We're going to move on to the men's Royal Rumble match. So in case you were living underneath a rock, WWE and TNA just signed a multi-year agreement to where, you know, WWE and NXT superstars will be crossing back and forth. You know, more so on the WWE side, you'll see them much more at selected WWE PLEs. The only one that we got the whole night from TNA was Joe Hendry. Say his name and he will appear. He appeared at number 10. And let me tell you something that Joe Hendry has never gotten before. 70,000 people singing his song. It was insane for him, and I'm sure it was insane for everybody else. Something like that's so cool is putting TNA on the map, because now you be like, oh wow, TNA is coming to town. TNA tickets are way cheaper than WWE tickets. So now if you're going to go watch an event, look, and you don't got that much money, go check out Joe Hendry at TNA. Right now you can sing his song in a much more intimate thing. I think it was insane. I think it was cool. Roman Reigns entered at number 16. It was very special for Roman Reigns because it was his first Royal Rumble in 5 years. And now he has to earn his WrestleMania title shot. And it was like, oh, Joe Hendry was number 15, sir. Let me tell you something. Look. It's not a math class. Okay, Joe Hendry was 15. Who was number 10? Maybe I was saying his name at number 10 and he appeared at number 15. Thank you so much, Heel Vega. He also said in the chat, he saw a lot of people on X or Twitter complain about the graphic on the screen doing both Royal Rumble matches. I enjoyed it. It felt fresh. I agree. I enjoyed it as well too. Thank you so much for your comment, Lou. So speaking of Roman Reigns, right? Jey Uso came in at 20. Heel Vega, let me know if that was right. Was it 20? The Yeet chants were on okay, Jimmy Uso came in at number 10. All right, well, see, now we're going to transition to his brother, Jey Uso. Jey Uso came in at number 20, and the Yeet chants were amazing. That's when everybody does the thing with the hand. It's called Yeet, right? To me, Yeet means something else. When I throw something over there, I yeeted that across the room. Either way, neither here nor there. I think that was amazing for Jey Uso. The time that I went to WrestleMania, I've been to 3 WrestleManias in my life. I've been to WrestleMania 29 at MetLife Stadium. I've been to WrestleMania 35 in MetLife Stadium, and I've been to WrestleMania, the last WrestleMania in Orlando. That might be 33, if 34, 33, because 34 was in New Orleans. And I'll tell you this, every time you see the Usos come out and the way that the music is loud and you feel the bass pumping through your chest, you feel like you're in a rock concert. Now imagine if you're going to your favorite concert, right? And everybody is singing along. Look, that's what you get when you see Jey Uso. Jey Uso is super over, meaning that everybody is buying into what he is doing. He is super popular right now. And I didn't think that he was going to win, but I didn't think that he was going to lose either. None of those questions were outside of the realm of things that could possibly happen in the Royal Rumble. And I'm excited that Jey Uso won. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I'm going to clue you into something I think that's going to happen later on. But hold on, don't go away yet, because I'm going to give you that later on. John Cena came in at number 23. It was his last Royal Rumble. And when I seen Royal Rumble, and when I seen John Cena standing out there at the Royal Rumble, when his music hit and he came out, there's only one word that could sum up that whole entire moment. Respect. Yo, John Cena, you got the respect, bro. Because, like, I saw you, John Cena, on your first day on the job. Your first day on the job, John Cena, I was there for you. And now you're talking about you're getting ready to retire. We're going to have your retirement party. We're ramping up to your retirement party in December. You're getting ready to go collect your pension because you worked 25 years for the WWE, right? 20 years for the WWE, whatever the time may be. And it's like, yo, respect. Even though we booed Cena, we said that Cena sucks in the mid to late 20 teens. But it's like, yo, you got to respect John Cena. John Cena's the GOAT, okay? Regardless of anything. At number 30, I said to myself, oh my God, it has to be Randy Orton. It has to be Randy Orton. But nope, who do we got? We got Logan Paul. Look, I think Logan Paul coming out, I think it was great. Logan Paul did the right thing. You know, I think that it was super exciting getting to see Logan Paul coming in because it gave you the idea of what if? What if everything the internet is saying is true? Let me tell you, not even Wikipedia is true. If you want something that's factual on the internet, make sure you subscribe to the Tristan Law Show. Just don't ask me, you know, who came at number 10 or number 15 in the Men's Royal Rumble, because I might mess it up for you. Surprises we didn't get? The Rock. We didn't get any Rock. We didn't get any Malachi Black, and we didn't get Matt Cardona. Doesn't mean it's out of the question for right now. No, because we still it's a lot of pieces that that are moving to go into WrestleMania, and all those pieces start to slow down. The machine starts to slow down right around the end of the Royal Rumble season, the night after WrestleMania. You got Raw and you got NXT, you got SmackDown that week. And the popularity of pro wrestling starts to dip. Right now, wrestling is getting popular. It's ramping up, right? It's the busy season. It's the Black Friday. It's the Christmas. It's like if you work in retail, it's the busy shopping season. And to take advantage of the busy shopping season in the end, to take advantage of the excitement, that's when you put out your grills, your patio stuff. That's what you do. And that's what you're going to get. You can get Malachi Black. You can still get The Rock after that. You can still get Matt Cardona. I don't know. Some of the moments of the Royal Rumble was Jey Uso. He wins the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble. John Cena losing was a relief. It was too predictable for me. It was something that you would have seen coming from a mile away. Because imagine, we've seen Charlotte Flair winning from a mile away, right? It's like, all right, it's got to be Charlotte at this point. But if you see John Cena winning as well too, I feel like WWE would just be pandering a little bit too much towards what they want to do, and they made it too predictable. Wrestling is more fun when it's not predictable. Think about the optics of Jey Uso headlining WrestleMania. It's huge. They're going to put 80,000 ass cheeks in that arena in Las Vegas, Allegiant Stadium. Get your tickets for WrestleMania if you haven't gotten them yet. They have single ticket packages available. Look, I'm just plugging it. Maybe one day I can get a job there. The Yeet chants are going to be wild. Everybody standing on their feet singing. I think they're going to let his song go on repeat. It's going to be so damn popular. But you remember that thing that I told you that I was teasing that I want to talk to you about? Let me talk to you about this. Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns didn't have a good night last night at the Royal Rumble. No. Roman Reigns didn't win. Why am I talking about Roman Reigns and Jey Uso? They're in the bloodline together. They're the OG bloodline. I think that Roman Reigns is going to turn heel again because he's just a little bit jealous. He's got a little bit of jelly on his peanut butter and jelly sandwich, right? If you don't believe me, WWE is doing a good job of planting seeds. They plant the seeds, they water them, and move them to the back so you're not paying attention to it right now. If you go back to Survivor Series War Games 2024, look at the look on the face of Roman Reigns when Jey Uso came out and everybody was doing the Yeet chant. Jey Uso got a bigger reaction than Roman Reigns that night. If you don't believe me, go back and watch after this, and then come back and comment on it and say, yo, Tris, you were right. Roman Reigns doesn't like that. If Jey Uso wins, I can definitely see Roman Reigns going, so I got next. That's going to be a hell of a match. I don't know. Who is Jey Uso going to go for? Before we even go there, we got to take a look at this. Jey Uso is as a solo main eventer, it's a risk. Jey Uso, his only single accolade is the Intercontinental Championship, but he's main event Jey Uso. Yeah, he'll deliver a main event every single time, but the question is, can he deliver under pressure? Every time he has pressure, he busts. Every time he has pressure, he doesn't turn into a diamond, he stays as coal. He's still a tag team wrestler by trade. Will he be able to figure it out? Whatever he did as a tag team wrestler, under pressure as a single wrestler, we're definitely going to have to keep watching. Here's my final thoughts on the Royal Rumble. Raw this Monday on Netflix, or SmackDown this Friday on the USA, or if you live internationally, Raw on Netflix, SmackDown on Netflix, it's going to be a must-watch. You have to watch it because you want to see what's going on. Alexa Bliss has made her return. Will she be included in the White Six storyline? Watch her entrance. She came out with the Lily doll, and it makes you wonder, like, what's next for her? The tag team division shakeup, the Street Profits. What's happening with the Street Profits? Is Cody Rhodes going to face Jey Uso at WrestleMania? I don't know. What's happening with Jey Uso? Is Cody Rhodes going to have a triple threat match going into WrestleMania? Charlotte Flair's decision. Is it Rhea Ripley? Is it even the best choice? The only question that I can answer right now is, was the 2025 Royal Rumble event worth the time? In one word, Yes. It was worth the time, even though they put those 2 matches in between the tag team match, a 2 out of 3 falls, and the WWE Undisputed Championship match. Was it worth the time? Yeah, it was worth the time. It was good. It was exciting. And I can't wait to watch Raw on Monday to see what happens. Let's take a look at the chat one more time. Heel Vega says, unpredictably, it was fun, but it also needs to be good. If Saturday Night Main Events was any indication of Jey Uso is choosing Gunther, and their match was a letdown, hoping they can pull it together at WrestleMania. Let me tell you, at WrestleMania, all the stops come out, brother. Thank you so much for joining me here on the Tristan Law Show. If you like what I did, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. It's a compliment. Lets me know I did great. But you know what? Don't even do that yet. I want you to take this episode on YouTube and share it to somebody. Share it, because somebody is going to find some kind of value in this. And if they're watching this, I hope you like, share, and subscribe as well, too. My name is Tristan Law. This is the Tristan Law Show. Thank you so much for watching today. And, what do I normally say after this? Oh, I normally say, see you next time.